Sure, we'll start early. Why not? Let me get situated here. Get my feet up. I shouldn't do that because I'm on them boards. I even had to make notes for myself today. Got a lot going on. Midwest old man, how are you? I am a little bit early, and so we'll just talk about nothing for a few minutes until the other people can catch up. But I figured I got everything. Hey, Marvin, that's me. And it's funny, 280 Zone. It's funny because I've got a guy I worked with for years and years and years, and then he actually came over to my place. I kept begging him. He was a tool and die manager, supervisor, and been in the trades forever. And I convinced him to come to my company where I was working, and he was a great asset. And his name is Marvin too, and so it was kind of funny to see the name Marvin of all things. Crazy. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Steve. Janitor on fire. Hi, Sue. You're doing okay. Rain getting ready to start here in Michigan. Now, it's been cloudy here in Cleveland. It's been cloudy, but 83 and high humidity. Not bad. Not a bad day, actually. So that rain will probably hit us, but it's been scattered. So RSTER 536-821 857-837-5309. What's that go? 867-5309. That's what it is. I'm just going to call you 867-5309. How about that? Yeah, we're early. So anybody that doesn't know what Marvin means, I put a post out. Somebody, I think Joe, and Joe just told me, Joe just said that he found this AI version of a video I did. And all I had was the words across it. And so basically what somebody did was took my video and then read into the microphone in an AI voice, basically everything that I said on my video, paraphrased into a 2 to 3 minute video, and used basically all my numbers. I thought it was really interesting. Same exact Social Security amount coming in. Yeah, it was really interesting how they kind of stole it. And I don't care because it's not. I mean, I don't think my stuff's copyrighted or anything like that. So it is what it is. They think it's good enough to put somewhere else. And there's even a Facebook page that's not mine out there. You'll see a Buzz's Retirement Garage. I have nothing to do with that. They use my picture. I've complained to I haven't looked lately in the last 2 to 3 months. Somebody could check that out if they want. But I've seen that on there. I complained to Facebook. I mean, I don't care if they want to use Buzz's Retirement Garage. It's my fault that I didn't set that up. But they shouldn't use my likeness. That to me is plagiarism. And I did make a couple complaints to Facebook, but they don't do anything about it. So I don't care. That's the way it goes. Yeah, the Midwest old man, the rain's really helping my tomatoes. Matter of fact, I'll do a video from in there maybe tomorrow. Samuel, hey, how are you? Pat Lucking, West Coast of Canada. How are you up there? Steve Taylor. Now you got your ice cream Stardust and you're ready. That's good. You got the what is it? It's toffee something, right? Joe, hey, looking at your shirt, I saw the Stones a few years back and they still sounded awesome. I never got to see them, but this was I actually got this from, it's the 75 tour. And I actually got this at Sam's Club. They had them for like $12, $11 or something like that when I went Friday. I picked it up. That's where I got my Pink Floyd shirt. And they also had the Beatles, but I didn't want 4 guys on my shirt. And they had something else too I wasn't crazy about. But every once in a while they have those, and I'll pick them up. If you guys want me to get you one, they still have them. Just tell me, and I'll mail it out to you. Sherry M. Horribly hot and muggy in Raleigh. Partially melted. That's summertime. What are you going to do? It's UOT. Yeah, you're welcome for the gift card. Sorry about giving you some hassle on the name there, but you explained it well to me, so thank you. Should have wore a Coldplay shirt. Oh, that is unbelievable what's going on with that, huh? That's called AI slop. YouTube is supposed to be cracking down. Yeah, they can't crack down on that. There's too much going on. There's just way too much of it. I'm telling you, AI, I told Joe, AI is going to be bigger than the internet. Well, like I said before, when the internet first came out, I was like, oh, what's it going to do? I could not, in my wildest imagination, see what it was going to do. That's how dumb I am or how in the box I am. I couldn't think outside the box. And with AI, I'm not making that mistake. AI is going to be bigger than the internet as far as capabilities, what it's going to do, the disruption in the life force. It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge. Also in Michigan, Lister Bliss. This week, Arizona, heading to Cleveland next weekend. Did you decide to have a Michigan meetup? No, I haven't decided anything. Not a thing. But you're going to Cleveland, huh? Next weekend. Hey, email me. Buzz's Retirement Garage. BuzzRetirementGarage at gmail.com. Pat, I like how you explained that people don't need as much money as they think. Yeah, I know, especially if you outright. Yeah, I tell you, though, I still worry. I do worry. Rum Raisin. Oh, okay. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Figuring out retirement. How are you? Are you on vacation figuring out retirement, right? You're out somewhere. Model building in retirement. You saw the Stones in Phoenix in 82. I wish when we had the World Series of Rock at Old Cleveland Stadium. You need to call Captain Billy. Now we're early. That's okay. The Old Cleveland Stadium, my brother got to go. I think he was 14. My mom dropped him off at like 2 in the morning or something. And I don't know how it worked out, but he was like 14 years old or something. And he got in to see, and I don't remember who the bands were, but I never went to a World Series of Rock concert. And I wish I would have, but oh well, that's in the past, right? Hey, old radio dude, how are you? How is Minnesota today? Maybe we passed a joint to each other. Yeah, I wasn't there, so it wasn't me. AI will replace jobs like I retired from programming. Yeah, Steve, it could be at some point. It will. I mean, I'm telling you, I use AI all the time. It's that Chat GPT. I keep saying it. I can't say it enough. I use it constantly. I mean, constantly. Anything that I used to Google, I don't Google anymore. I use Chat GPT, and it gives me the information in a nutshell. It doesn't, give me ads and all this crazy, stupid stuff, putting me in 15 rabbit holes. It just gives me what I'm asking for. And I tell you what, I'd never go to Google again. The basic internet searches, boom, I'm done. So, and if I think like that as an old guy, you can imagine people are going to be just using nothing but AI to get their information. Where's that going to go? I don't know. It's just crazy. How long will it be before we don't need actors? AI is already better, especially that's one thing that, remember when they were complaining when they had their contract? They went on strike because they didn't want them to use AI. They didn't want them because instead of writing a script, they had AI make a script. So the writers were mad and you know what? That's too bad. Just like the horse and buggy, right? All the people that raised horses, oh well, because the Model T came and replaced that. So it's just technology is going to replace things. That's just the way it is. Thanks for the last couple of videos. Comfort to see retirement is possible. Well, again, we're trying. We're here. We are trying. So is the garage air conditioned? No. I did start early, retired 2019. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I did. Oh, you were floor level? Cool. Just got back from the Midwest, a family reunion. Okay. Yeah, figuring out retirement. I got to check out some of your videos. You know what I'm trying to do right now? And I was going to wait till 7 o'clock because I got a bunch of notes here, but I wanted to make sure everybody was here. before I started. So let's give everybody a chance. We'll just chit chat until then. Hey, Slim. I talk to the trees. No, they do listen to you, Stardust. They do listen. I'll tell you a story about that one time. I'll just email you that story because it's a personal story, and I'll email it to you. AI is a lot cheaper than actors. Yeah, but but check this out. Eventually, AI, like even now, Chat GPT, if you get another version of it, it costs money. Or Grok 3, I forgot it was $300 a year. So you can get, like, I put a couple pictures on there on Chat GPT, and it let me upload 2 pictures to get it. They're going to make their money, and they'll trust me. They're going to make their money. It's going to be anything that's AI related. Not anything. A lot of things that are AI related, like the stocks and different things like that. It's just going to take off like crazy if it hasn't already. Hey, Doug, how are you? Hey, Brian, thank you. I appreciate that. Sam's Club special. I just got it yesterday. Have you noticed AI has perfected women except for their fingers? No, I haven't noticed that. I really haven't. I just know that when you see a picture of anything or anyone, you got to be suspect whether it's real or not. Can you comment on that couple that was on the kiss cam caught cheating? The funniest part about that was I follow this Facebook thing called NFL memes, and when the girl turned her face like this, the meme was New Orleans Saints fan after 5 games. Just like this, and everybody was saying Cincinnati Bengals or Cleveland Browns or that was us turning our heads after 5 games, but usually it's after 3 games in Cleveland. Yeah, I mean, Chat GPT created your workout and nutrition plan. Well, that's cool. Hey, son of Captain Billy. I saw that somewhere. Because what I'll do is I'll subscribe to all of you, whether you have a channel or not. And like once a month, I go through all my subscribers. I'll just happen to be there somehow, and I'll subscribe to all of you. So you might get a notification that I did so. And I did see this son of Captain Billy, and I thought, oh my God, 2 in the house? That's like Ghoul and son of Ghoul. I don't know if I could handle 2 of them. Yeah, real people do have soul, but you know what? AI is going to run its course. I mean, it's going to be out there. Yeah, figure out retirement. You better believe it. You're using Grok 4? Yeah. Grok, I like Chat. Seems simpler to me. Grok, I haven't really messed with it too much. I go back and forth, especially when Chat stops me. Then I go over to Grok. And Grok's okay too. They're both, you still have to, everything's with a grain of salt on those two because they're still learning. And of course, the information they get could be crap too. So you have to be very careful. Your YouTube channel has gained a following. Pat, no, not at all. Not at all. Jennifer, how are you? AI replacing actors reminds me of old movie Scanners. I think I saw that once, but I don't remember. The Kiss Cam guys' retirement plans just changed. That's for sure. Chit chat is fine. Yep. Hey, Captain Billy is in the house. Hey, Angela, how are you? The Browns had a great run from 46 to 50. They sure did. And in the 80s with Brian Sipe, the Cardiac Kids, and Bernie Kosar, there was some times. We had some good times. But, the fumble and the drive, which the NFL Network shows every once in a while, those are 2 tough games to take. Very tough games to take. There's only one. Well, who's the son of Captain Billy? Is that your son? Alton Bunn, how are you? You got a little glitching? Yeah, out in the garage here. I have not solved that problem yet. AI is going to be good for healthcare, such as analyzing data to find cures. You know what I was using it for, and I shouldn't say this, but I have a settlement agreement from an attorney, and it was the plaintiff's, or I should say the defendant's attorney that wrote it. So us being the plaintiff, I I used it, and I used ChatGPT, and I said, "What would you change?" And it gave me a red line version. If you know what that means, like a file, you're crossing out certain things, but you leave it in there, but you cross it, red line it, and then you add text or whatever. And I was going to send that to our attorney and say, "Hey, chat says, do you think we should change it to this?" And she didn't write it, so I don't think she'd be mad. But it's almost like when the doctors used to get PO'd when everybody would go to WebMD, and now they go to WebMD. Believe it or not, there's a doctor's version of WebMD, according to my oncologist. He said, "Yeah, we go on here too." I said, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah." He says, "We don't know everything." All the other pretenders, pretenders to the throne. I'm the chip off the old belly. Okay. All right. Okay. I like to ask AI idiotic questions to see what it comes up with. Hey, middle aged grind, Ross, how are you? Carl, Gary the snail, how's everybody? Peter, Sally, how are you? Dr. Rick, nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. Ronald, good evening. Watching your channel out here in Los Angeles. Boy, you guys had somebody wipe out 30 people now. I haven't. Was that in LA? Thought it was. Oh boy, sick old man talk. Greatest night of my life. Yeah, boy. Nice shirt. Hey, Carlos, how are you? Carlos, I wanted to ask you something. I was going to wait till 7 o'clock. I need you to help me out on something because I know some of your background that others don't. And I'm going to ask you something here. I'll wait till 7 to get everybody here. You're early but late. Yeah, you're right on time, Perry. You're good. I quit sugar, most carbs, and caffeine. Ugh, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like that. You know what I had today? I bought this rosemary garlic bread at Giant Eagle, and I bought a thing of honey ham, small little, it was a $6 package, and I just made 2 sandwiches out of that. Boy, if it wasn't for those carbs, I don't know what I'd do. And coffee, I had 3 today, so, but no sugar. Captain Menard. And a lot of you, I just can't. I don't know how you can stand like Florida. Well, Nori says she's further. I think she's in a better climate area. King Captain Billy Menard, please use my proper title. Well, I haven't been in Menards in a while. Hey, Captain Billy, my information that I got off my email says that there's a letter being sent to my PO box. I think it came in today, but since they closed at 1, I didn't go and get it. So I wonder if it's going to be more artwork by some crazy chance. You guys are up to date on the artwork, right? Let me grab these here real quick. So I'm now trying to figure out if Captain Billy is actually a grown man, or I'm just not sure. And I also wondered, like, do they let him out every once in a while out of the place that he stays so that, he can mail these things? I think most of you saw this one, right? And I used that one in a video, actually. It was in the background. And now this is the other one. Hey, boy. And then I guess there's another one en route, maybe. I don't know. Waiting for the storm to arrive in Wayne County. Really? Are we supposed to get rain? I didn't check it out. The spiral cut ham at Heinen's. Yeah, if we have a Heinen's this far away from me. But yeah, I love spiral slice ham. But it could be a little salty sometimes. That's part of the show, huh, Captain Billy? No alcohol, caffeine, spicy food, chocolate, or carbonated drinks. I got off the carbonated drinks as well, and spicy food. Now, my new doctor, or the doctor I go to, he got me on that Protonics. One had me going for 2 a day. Now, this one cut me back to 1 a day. And quite frankly, I've only been taking one towards the afternoon, evening meal. And because I don't really eat that much in the morning, I'll have some cereal or one of those breakfast sandwiches from Costco, or I'll make some eggs and toast. And once in a while, we'll have some real bacon, that thick sliced stuff. Oh, that's good. And you got to cook it good. Oh, is that good? So I use the Protonics in the afternoon. Yeah, I hate the heat in Florida, but as a veteran, the benefits plus the lack of income taxes make it too good to move. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of good things. Any place there's a lot of good and bad. Still raining and storms in Southwest Ohio. Been a very wet spring and summer. It has been, but yeah, I'm surprised you guys are getting this rain. I'll have to look at the radar because it's been cloudy, but we haven't got anything up here yet. Maybe it's coming this way. I don't know, or staying down by you. Stardust in Southwest Ohio too. Carbs are my downfall. So yeah, so it's what time is it? 7 o'clock right now. So what else? Hey, Carlos, what I was going to ask you, and I was going to, and to all of you, I actually wrote a list of things today. Going through my daughter's, the one that passed away, going through her stuff now after 5 years. It'll be 5 years this August. Finally, Mrs. Buzz is starting to, warm up to, we haven't really touched the room in 5 years using it as storage. Hey, Noreen, how you doing? I think we have a bunch of, sorry, KDZ. We have a bunch of Pokemon cards. Back to the original, some of them are original, and I use ChatGPT to check some out, but is there, and maybe Carlos, you can tell me, do you think there's a good place for me to try to sell these, or figuring out retirement? Do you think eBay's the best way, or they said there's a trading card thing, or should I do Facebook? Have you guys had any experience in that, or do you know anything? Yeah, Stardust. The way I looked at it, she has 280 cards. And I mean, if you just go, a few bucks on each, yeah, there's some that are, I went to this one trading site, and I don't remember the name of it. But some of them, there's a lot on the site. They had it might be worth $50, but there's 147 of them. And then when I'm looking at the description, it says they were used, they're played. These cards are untouched. Well, they were taken out and put into a sleeve in a like a photo album. So I don't know where to go to some kind of comic book. Yeah, I'm just afraid that I'm not going to get a good value for them because they're going to try to give me a low price. Oh, you start Monday, Noreen? Cool. I know I'm watching the smart channels when I see Noreen. Yeah, I think she gets around to a few channels. Try to find the real set they are from. The first edition can be valuable. Expect 50% of value. Hey, retired and loving it. How are you? Yeah, Carlos, I'll probably just email you and maybe we can hash it out here. I want to find somebody. What I really like to do is have somebody sit with me with the book and then just go one by one by one. Maybe take a couple hours and get somebody honest that gives me a fair value because I don't know anything about them and and I don't want to get screwed on them. So, and I don't want to piecemeal them to where it's 280 cards trying to sell one by one is going to be It'd take me a year. And plus, eBay's got a lot of fees. Find a friend with a child in their 30s. Yeah, I don't think, Joe, I have any super rare ones. I mean, I like I said, I had Chat GPT look at them, and they were saying like 30 to 50 on some of the cards. But like I said, on this, I think it's TLG or some TC trading card group or something, TCG or something. Um, you could take this one card and it says retail value $200, but there's like 147 of them out there, and they start from used in poor condition to mint, but there's 147 of them out there. So that seems to me like a lot. Matt, we will be live pretty soon, Matt. We will be live soon. Stay here because we'll be live soon. Hey, Bama, here for a live chat. You don't know anything about Pokemon cards? No, okay. I was hoping you guys would. But yeah, that's same with me. I don't know either. I think our age group, we don't know much about them. But I thought I would ask. Maybe you have kids or grandkids that know a little bit. John Joe, 54. I have 6 years to go before retirement. YouTube is the smartest way to prepare. Yeah, just be careful what you see. I mean, there's so many people have so many different opinions, right? Just take make sure that you take everything with a grain of salt. Check out Pat Flynn. He started out as kind of now he's a huge into Pokemon. Oh, okay, Pat Flynn. I'll check him out. That's a guy. He started. Okay, so Pat Flynn. Okay, they can be difficult to identify. I had some beta Magic Gathering cards sold for around 15,000. Whew. Yeah, I don't think these are going to go that high, but hey, Gracie, how are you? First live chat, Becky. Well, welcome. Welcome to the garage and welcome to our chat. Starts at 7 and we just get a couple of hosts of questions. Like I said, I made a little card today so I wouldn't forget. Just talk about whatever. And we know Noreen starts a job on Monday. Hey, Tim, how are you? Your first live, huh, Greg? Well, I appreciate you being here. What was the Pokemon question? Dana's garden retreat. Dana, we're finally getting into our daughter's room after 5 years, and she has 280 Pokemon cards in sleeves that she put like a photo album. Never played. So, and some of them are holograms, some of them are trainer cards, some of them are this, that, and the other. Chat GPT says, go to these different sites to get actual values, which, I can do, but I'm kind of late, most of you know. So, Pat Flynn. Why can't I say that? Deep Pocket Monster is his Pokemon card collecting YouTube channel. Yeah, I just looked at one channel today just to see. This one young guy was trying to sell stuff or telling us how to sell stuff and how he makes a little bit of profit so he could buy more. His goal wasn't just to sell this to make money. His goal was to sell to make money to buy more Pokemon cards, which we're not looking to do. Hey, just Mike's take. How are you? Been to sell from 1933. Huh. Don't take them out of the sleeves. Yeah, I know condition is paramount. They're not like, I mean, I'd like to get some of them graded, but because they have like PS8, or I think I'm saying that right, PS8, PS5, PS3. But there's a fee with grading them, and I don't know where you play around with that. The whole thing's just a lot of work, it seems like. I've been watching, but haven't made a Saturday live for a bit. Well, Mike Kopp, thank you for being here. How is the Pooch Parade going? Scott from South Carolina. It is going well. really well. I really enjoy it. I posted a couple shorts with the dogs. The last one being Scott. Um, yeah, it's going really good. I pretty much enjoy it. Going through her things must be really hard. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just time. It's slowly, very slowly. She's got so much stuff that all anime related, and she went to the Ohio State University for Japanese studies, and she was going to be an English teacher in Japan. Um, and she almost got a free ride out there, and she missed the cut, so to speak. So, but yeah, we're not as much me, but Mrs. Buzz mostly. So she's the one that's had to uh, relax a little bit, I guess, if you want to call it that. A local collectible store can review just sold sports car collection in Moro, and they gave me more than we asked. Pokemon was their main attraction. Bridget. Huh. I have to, yeah, I'm just going to look around because she just sprung it on me today. Like, there was this book with these cards, and we didn't think we had it. We thought my other daughter had it, and she said, no, I don't have it. So I'm like, well, you sure? I mean, we could have, how did we lose it? Well, it happened to be in this drawer that she didn't look in. And so she pulls it out, gives it to me today, and says, what do you want to do with it? I'm like, I have no idea. So this is the beginning of a process. Depends on the value of the card. Fees go up as see, that's what I don't write, Carlos. I don't know. Hey, Kirk, how are you? I see you hit the 28.9. Yeah. Actually, I'm for that last video for under 100,000. I've sent an email over to a guy that I used to wash dishes at his parents' restaurant, and he's been a legitimate financial advisor for many, 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 many years. And I sent them an email to see if they wanted to be on my under 100,000 video. So we'll see if I get a response from them, and we'll do that video. I have orientation Tuesday. Oh, bringing the fourth copy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're getting a job too. You and Noreen. That's right. I guess you'll be learning. Yeah, I'll be learning a lot about Pokemon cards. In my spare. I mean, I'm not worried about it. It's just nice to be able to start moving, and that's minor compared to. She's got games. She's got books. She's got. Oh my gosh, she's got so many things. I almost like want to have an auctioneer come out and just go in her bedroom and auction it off. Just leave the mattress in the dresser. That's all I ask, Yeah, Stardust, thank you. I have a 5'10", real size, 58 years, slightly damaged. I don't think anybody I'll give you $1 for it, Katie. I'll give you $1. Tiger on Fire just upload about 3,000. Oh, gave them to the nephew. Okay, Tiger on Fire. Maybe you should have your nephew get a hold of me. Anybody that knows anything, email me at buzzretirementgarage@gmail.com. I'd appreciate it. You were doing a live with participation from. Are you still doing that? Oh, yeah, I just haven't done that recently. No, I just haven't done it. I was doing that on Wednesdays, and I just stopped doing it. I'm kind of what do they say? Not fickle, but the old butterfly effect. Go from one thing to another, and eventually I'll come back to it. Eventually I'll come back to it. PSA 10, yeah, is the Grail. All right. Charizard, yeah, but there's different Charizards. She has 2 of them, but the ones I looked at that were more expensive, there's like different levels of Charizard. The whole thing's crazy. Hey, Rick, stop it, Rick. State sale representative, maybe that could be. Yeah, I was following a couple of those estate sale when I was working. There's a few of them local to Cleveland. I'm going to have to hook back up with them. You are retired. You can be as fickle as you want. Yeah, I do. I asked Mrs. Buzz. She says, "Can you just complete one thing before you start another?" And I look her in the eye and I say, "No, I can't. I never have." Yeah, Doug. Thank you very much. Because I'm over here now, Doug. I'm not over there. How'd the dentist appointment go? Two crowns. So I got two temporaries in there right now. No root canal. He saw it and he said, I think I can clean this out, and I think you'll be okay. And so far, this guy, he's a young guy, boy, he's scary young. The Ohio State University dentistry school, and I really like he's a good kid, and I think he does a great job. He's super, and I've been to a lot of dentists over, we all have over our years, right? And I think this kid's doing pretty good. So yeah, so he thinks by cleaning it out, I can not have to do the root canal. And after about 3 or 4 days, it stopped hurting. So I don't know what it was. Maybe I just bit down on something, or the way I've lost or something. I screwed something up. I don't know. Just Mike's take. I totally understand. Called attention. No, I don't have attention deficit. It's just I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to do and get something done. Like I have to get this done by Saturday because Sunday we're going to have to do this. So I got 4 hours to do this on Saturday, and I got to get it done. Even if I half rear end it, I got to get it done. Now I don't have to do that. So I can take my time a little bit. Mine's healthcare, so they are begging for people always. Julie Joyce just finished in the garden. Well, that's cool. Yeah, root canals are no fun. No, they're not. All your dentists are dead. That's right. My dentist retired to get used to the new one, and he's so young. Yeah, the one I got, I swear he's so young. But you know what? He bought the business. There was a husband and wife team that ran it. She got cancer. She's still alive, and but I think he works. Like Wednesday when I was there, he was off, and she was getting some treatment in Houston for a tumor or something. I guess she's doing okay according to the hygienist. But he ended up taking over the business, and I don't know if it was for tax purposes or I don't know what they were doing, but his name's on the top of the marquee now, and he's a young guy, so good for him. You're in the checkout line at Costco. Hey, get one. Oh, Costco didn't have this. Is Sam's Club's got this shirt. My dentist retired. Yeah, okay. Dan, I used to be in healthcare. All my favorite dentists retired. You don't like the new one. Dentists are hard to find, good ones. Here come the airplanes again. Really, Scott? I didn't know that. It's almost time for Mark to come by. I don't know where he's been at. I haven't seen him lately. Maybe he's on vacation. You know you're getting old when your doctor, dentist, etc. are so much younger than you. Yeah, I was telling my family doctor, I was telling him something about, I don't know, age or something like that. Oh, about quitting smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I quit in 1985 when our firstborn was, we had our first daughter. So, Mrs. Buzz said, "You're not smoking in the house." And I was damn sure not going to sit out on the porch in the wintertime and smoke. So I quit. And I said, "Yeah, I quit in 1985. And he said, "I was born in 1985. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, that's just the way it is. John J. Had my dentist for 32 years. My primary care doctor is retired, so I have to find another. Hey, some of these doctors are hard to find now. And, all these, like Cleveland Clinic, there used to be so many different, and then in Cleveland, we have Cleveland Clinic, and then University Hospital started buying up everything. So you basically have UH and the Cleveland Clinic, and it's another, and Summit, Summa, I should say. So those are like the three big ones. They all grabbed up all these different small hospitals and stuff like that. So, I guess that's good for the network part of it, but what used to be, I wouldn't say Cleveland Clinic stole UH, but once certain hospitals went with UH, they didn't like it, and they ended up certain doctors went to Cleveland Clinic. So it's kind of weird here in Cleveland. Dentists make their money in 10 years. Yeah. So your kid dentist is 40. No, that's the doctor. All the doctors want to be specialists. Your mom worked at Cleveland Clinic? Yeah. Canadian smoke 2 days early. Glad my primary doctor is 20 years younger. Hopefully you'll have him, yeah. Yeah, my dentist is John. My dentist is really nice. Young kid, but like I said, he does everything perfectly. And it's just weird. I can't explain it. But like I said, I've gone through so many dentists, and he does what I expect him not to do, he does. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. So far he's been working out. You are having an interesting week. I thought you were a great case study, and you are living the dream in YouTube right now. Yeah, time or distance. Yeah, it's every week something different. It's crazy. So I did want to bring up a couple things on my notes here. The coffee app. What is it? Buy Me a Coffee app. As you guys know, that thing behind me there. Give me a second here. I wanted to bring up this app. Okay. Just got a message from somebody. So let me go over here. And yeah, Buy Me a Coffee app. I just wanted you guys to know. If you guys remember, I said that end of June, when I started in all of July, we're going to donate anything to the Buy Me a Coffee app. We're going to donate it to the Berea ARF dog and cat shelter. And Noreen pointed out for me that because she gave something, and then she said, hey, did you get it? So I had already responded to all these people, and the only one that responded back was Roxy. So I'm afraid that you have donated and I responded to you and you didn't get it. And I don't know how this thing works. I don't know. Is it going into your spam box? I'm not sure. But Christina, Rick, Noreen, Sharon, Rich twice, and KT and Mike and Sherry M, thank you for the donations. We're at $275 right now, which is great. But I just wanted you to know, I do see those. I do respond to you, and I just don't know if you're getting those. So just throwing that out there. You're in the medical field and lots of changes. Yeah. 9,000 last year on one implant. And, oh, that sucks. Oh, 189 right now. That's pretty nice. Pac Northwest, how are you? Bill. Carlos and Dylan doesn't pay much either. Yeah, the one I have is it's usually in the second year it pays better. It's United Healthcare by Chesapeake Life Insurance, and it's got a $2,000 max per year, and it costs me, let's call it $40. $40 a month, and it's 50% on crowns in the second year. Of course, all the X-rays and stuff is free, like more or less most dental plans. And I think some of the other stuff is either 60 or I think it was 80% in the second year. So for $40, I'm getting the two crowns. They're going to cost $12.50 each. So it's 50% of that. So I'm getting one crown at $12.50 for free, basically, and I'm going to pay $12.50 for the other crown. So buy one, get one free, I guess. Cleveland Clinic's ranked #1 heart hospital. Yeah, it's true. We used to have, my brother was a security guard out in Waite Hill, I think, or somewhere. There's a mansion, the Arab Sheikh, one Arab prince or sheikh or something, I don't know, from Saudi Arabia out that way, Dubai or wherever, Abu Dhabi, I'm not sure where, they would fly in to go to the Cleveland Clinic. So in order to do that, him and his entourage would live in this mansion. And they bought the mansion and they would only live there while they were in Cleveland once or twice a year. So the mansion, pool, big screen TVs, top of the line, everything would sit vacant for all the rest of the time. And they'd pay the taxes. They, bought the house, and just crazy that, the rich people can just buy these mansions like they're just nothing. Hey, I'm going to that city, so I'll stay in that mansion. You would think they would just buy a floor of a hotel, but nope, he wanted the mansion. So my brother used to guard it. Easiest job he had, I think. Selling more coffee than Holly Strauss. Holly Strano, yeah. Somebody asked me to do a video with her. I don't think I will. I not nothing against Holly, but 6 gold crowns here, still in great shape. At the first crown, 1990. Well, that's good. My son's pro officer came to the door. I told him he's living in New England or New Mexico or New Canada, one of them countries. Here's the link to donate. Thank you, Noreen. Selling more coffee than Holly. Self-insure for dental and vision, and that's fine too. Because if you have a plan and you don't use it, you're just out that money. But yeah, it's Strano. I know, Carl. Yeah. Even artificially used it as yeah, I know. Yeah, timer distance. I know. My name is Marvin now. Mansions are like potato chips. You can't stop with one. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Don, how are you? My 2 crowns are made of cubit zirconia. I think that's what they got mine. What do they call that? Porcelain something? Some other ones I have. I actually had to go for one. They wanted me to go to the lab to get the color, some color right or something, and the lab was like right across the street. And I went in, I spent probably 30 minutes BSing with them. Hey, how do you do this? How do you make this? One dentist office I went to, they actually had a machine, which was really cool. They basically machined it right there. It looked like a fish tank, and the blot or the piece would come out, and then it would kind of laser and use water, like water jet. And I don't know if it was laser, maybe it was just water, and it would water jet the crown. And then they would take it out and finish it off, and it was a machine. And I asked the dentist, I said, how much does something like that cost? And he said they're renting it now, but he doesn't know if he was going to buy it. They decided not to because he had part ownership of a dental lab, which makes sense. So he decided not to do that, but he said it was well over $10,000 for one of those machines, which I don't know if you can get 1,300 for a crown. Won't take long to pay that off. Someone Jeff Bezos buys a mansion, it would be equivalent of you. Yeah. Hey, there's always got to be the poor person and always got to be the rich person in life. That's just the way it is. Don, I'm good. How are you doing? Hopefully our Indians will get. Yeah, I've been following them. I just haven't seen them lately. Made on-site crowns early on. They did not last. Yeah, I believe that, and I wonder if that's one of the reasons, or another reason why they got rid of the machine. Oh, you got your FTM. You got your through the. Well, that's good. Pretty soon AI will be putting crowns on your teeth. No more dentists. Well, if you look at what they do now, they stick this thing in your mouth and they do a scan of your teeth, like an X-ray, with a wand, and they do all that, and then they just upload that, send that to the lab. I mean, it's gotten to be, it used to be you sent impressions. You remember you'd bite down on that thing and they would send the impression. Now they just scan everything, and they still do the impressions. And I'm no dentist or anything, but it's gotten so much better as far as more technical now. Look up how much a billion is. Multiply that 200. I'm just not one of those people that do that because I don't do that. Because go look at Myles Garrett. You hear, and I'm not going to get on this soapbox, but you hear, oh my gosh, he or she makes all this money, these millions of dollars, but we can sign Myles Garrett's or J.J. Watt. What did J.J. Watt just get for 1 year? $92 million. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye. But give a CEO 92 million and the sky is falling. So again, nobody talks about J.J. Watt or Myles Garrett or any of these other superstars. Really? They're worth 90 million? Okay. So whatever. My dentist, wait, we made an 080 crown extractor tool about, oh, cool. A crown extractor. Yeah, they had to use some kind. I thought they were using pliers, but they used something on me too to get my old crown off. Maybe that was it. My dentist 3D print crowns and uses laser to measure. Yeah, no molds or goo in your mouth. Yeah. Yeah, Bill, that's what they're doing now. Hey, Jim, my wife's in the process of getting a dental implant. We have one place, North Coast Implants. I was in there one time, not to get an implant, but to get a tooth pulled. And I thought about an implant. And when I saw the cost, I said, it's way in the back. And I said, no, thanks. I don't need it. And scanning seems to be more accurate. Yes. Except at 280 zone, this one doctor I had, his dentist, his hands shook. He was getting old. I don't know if he was having an onset of Parkinson's or if he was just had too much coffee that day, but he'd scan and his hand was shaking. And I'm like, this isn't going to work. This is when I worked out in Akron. I had a dentist out there. And finally, he gave it to the hygienist who ended up doing the scan. And now I think all the hygienists do it. The dentists don't even bother with that, at least in my case now. Oh, you Steeler fans are batting both eyes. See, I can't believe you guys gave him that much money, but wow. Yeah, you're gonna miss Nick Chubb, but you know what? I used to do fantasy football, and I'll tell you what, I can almost tell. And I'm not trying to say that I'm good at this, but I can tell who's a good runner and who's not. There was a guy for Denver, Davis. What was his name? He was a rookie, and during fantasy football, I drafted him for $2 or something. They thought he was a throw-in, and I could tell just by the way he ran. What was his name? Something Davis. Because I had Davis and Bettis at the time were my running backs. Bettis for Pittsburgh and Davis for Denver. And he was a rookie. And I saw him, and I said, this guy is going to tear the league up. And I was right. And with Nick Chubb, unfortunately, you could see the speed reduction. And, from that knee, whether it's psychological or actually physical, it was noticeable to me. And he's had that injury twice or three times now. So yeah, that's a tough one, but he's with Houston. And I think Houston, let's hope he does good. They're both work. Yeah. Well, that's just like Mike, just like if a company pays their CEO, it's the same thing. 20 beers and $20 for beers and $10 for hot dogs. Yep. A pay-per-view. I know they've already been doing it. They're already doing it. You have Thursday Night Football, which is on Prime. If you don't have Prime, you can't watch it. Now they're doing it with another something else now too. I can't remember what it was. I'm just not getting into that. My dentist may want to get an implant. Yeah, Obama, exactly. That's just no. You only do gold. We don't make those in house. Yeah, gold is 35. Exactly. Yep. I was watching World Money Wins last year, and I forget what the price of gold. You guys could tell me the price of gold last year. And he said, you got to buy some gold. And he was buying a little chip of gold, what they call it, a gram. He was buying that every month or something. And he redid that video, and now it's like $3,500 or $3,300 when he redid the video. And he said, see, I told you. It's like, oh man. Terrell Davis. Thank you, Joe. That's who it was. Yeah. Terrell Davis. Yeah, I picked him right away. I just knew. You could just tell that guy was special. NASCAR racing. I never got into NASCAR. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. Netflix is carrying NFL. Yeah, I'm just not doing that stuff. Now maybe I can get a password. You guys can give me your Netflix password. How about that? We just don't watch it, so we got rid of it a long time ago. You purchased the NFL package last year and still had the. Well, see, on our cable, we have the NFL network. So even on YouTube TV, I think the NFL network comes with that, which is good. And I'm this close. This Monday after I do the dog walking, I'm heading to the cable company, so we'll see what happens because they're raising ours from 150 to 170, 171 or something like that. It's going up $21. So I'm going to go do my thing again. And I told Mrs. Buzz, I said, that's it. You know, if they can't come down and I can't get a deal, I'm going to tell them quit at the end of the month and I'm going to YouTube TV and that's it. And nothing to talk about. So she gave me the stink eye, but I think she understands. You got 40 ounces of silver. Yeah, that's cool. I've been buying some silver too. I've been trying to watch the price as it goes down. I buy not a lot. I buy the little coins. And I wanted to get Costco is selling 10-ounce bars, I think. I was thinking about getting it from there. But I just haven't done it yet. In Washington, yeah. I'm just getting too difficult to keep track of where the games are. I know, that's the other thing. I got in trouble one time. There was Facebook, they had cord cutters page or something, and they were talking about the Ohio State game. You know, what was the Ohio State and the Ohio State game? And I can't remember who they were playing. Ohio State football. They were playing somebody, and it wasn't on regular TV. It was on something. I don't know, Paramount maybe or something. So they said go to this link, and they broadcast all the games or something. Totally illegal link, I guess. I don't know. And I did, and I watched the game. There's no announcers. You just see the camera view of the game. There's no announcers, nothing like that. But I got to watch the game, and police didn't come and get me, at least not yet. Captain Billy, don't rat me out. You're not doing the NFL ticket anymore. That's all the games. That's a lot of money, and try being a bar or restaurant. So difficult to show. Yeah, Greg, I can imagine. WT 283. Yeah, YouTube TV. That's what we tried a trial already. I liked it. It's fine. Yeah, there's some things we don't get to see, but still, I think for the $90, I'll just call it $90 with tax. It's better than the $150 we're paying. Stardust, you've been stacking, huh? Okay. I hope you check out World Money Wins channel. He does a little video almost every day about it. Stacking channel. Oh yeah, don't dare smile. You never know who's going to come and get your teeth, huh? Were they losing to Michigan? I doubt that they were losing to Michigan. I doubt it. OH. Constitutional silver. Okay. My dentist took out my gold crowns and replaced with porcelain, and it cost me. You should have took those gold crowns and melted them down. You should have said, give me my teeth. All right. I'm okay with the Tigers, Rick. That's fine. Tigers is fine. I grew up on the Tigers, Al Kaline and Mickey Lolich and Rodriguez, and I grew up on those guys. My buddy had the CKLW and listening to the Big 8. He would have his little transistor radio on his Schwinn bike. I'd jump up on the handlebars. He was 4 years older than me, and we were kids, and he would listen to them constantly. So I'm okay with that. Your daughter loves her Roku. We actually watch Roku too. There's some things I like to watch on there that you can't find anywhere else. 197 for DirecTV. Kirk Gibson. Sparky Anderson. Oh, yeah, he was something. Old Sparky. Thank you, Connie. We got to tell Rick. We got to tell Rick the old IO because Rick's a blue fan, so we got to keep him in his area there. Denny McClain, right? Yep. Willie Horton. Oh yeah. What didn't he play first base? He was DH and first baseman. What did they have? When did DH come for American League? I don't remember the year. I thought they all batted, and then they in the 70s, was it that they added the DH? Yeah, Billy Martin was the real deal. He was free on the radio. Use your imagination. Yeah, I don't have a radio. Maybe Captain Billy could get us a discount on crowns at Menards. Hey, he'll put them in his self. How about zero for no TV? This is how I roll. Not good at anything. Anybody gets a chance. Anybody gets a chance. Not good at anything. He's got a channel out there. He's a scientist, and he just did a budget video, and he's 68, and he's fitter than anybody in this room. So check him out. Not good at anything, Bill. 1972, was it, Jim? Okay. Oh, Cash, Norm Cash, yeah. Yep. 74 for the DH. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but that sounds about right. It was almost the mid-70s, yeah. I don't own a TV, gave up cable 10 years ago. I worked forestry in Oregon, park at a gate and walk into the timber work. There was a 300-acre place, called it the Tiger Ranch. Hey, New Day, how are you doing? All right, we talked about the Pokemon cards, the coffee app, Captain Billy's artwork. I think I got one in the mail today, but I didn't go up to the P.O. box. And yes, so the last couple videos that I did, they got some attention, and I still have comments to answer from 8 days ago. So I apologize for that. If you haven't got an answer from me yet, I will answer it. The one video I've answered over 600 comments. I mean, I'm glad for it, and I will always, as long as my fingers can type, I will answer as many comments as I can. Either you're going to get a heart that I read it, or you're going to get a comment back from me. It might be abbreviated. It might be a thank you, and I appreciate you, and I do. But you'll get something back from me. So, you know, I firmly believe that if you take the time to comment and like my videos, that the least I can do is respond in kind to you. So, but again, I have some from, and that's a record for me, 8 days out. So I'll get to them. Trust me. Just the hardest plenty. Yeah. Just so you know, I appreciate, and I see your all your comments. And like I said, I tried to get, yeah. Can you just give Marvin the answer? Yeah. Yeah. I should try to get Marvin the answer. Yeah. That's something else. I mean, I know people that, it's been a while, but I know somebody who has a channel, and they did another channel with AI character and an AI voice. And they were doing something that I don't agree with at all. Their content was something I totally do not agree with. And so I thought, well, that's kind of weird. But that's what you can do now. You can start a YouTube channel with a character. And so Captain Billy, you could start one with a character and just do a voiceover type thing, and the AI will read it into the video. And so Captain Billy, that's perfect for you. Since you have a face for radio, that's going to work really well. Well, thank you, Katie. Your under was awesome. Advice for real people. Yeah, thank you, John. I'm trying my best here, but what's one of the things you swore you do in retirement but haven't done yet? Nothing. I don't set myself up for failure. That's important. You can have a wish list, a bucket list, whatever you want to call it, but I don't put any stock into that, because I had enough deadlines and goals that I had to set, through all my life and my work life, right? You set these goals, the team goals, you do this, and I didn't want any goals in retirement. And I'll probably do the Throwback Thursday. I'm throwing out some old videos. I have 385 videos now, and nobody gets to see them really. So every Thursday I'm against the rules, I guess. I'm throwing them out there, and I change around some things, but that one I said, retiring with a purpose, bull hockey. And I know someone has a channel name like that, but I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in retiring with a purpose. I believe in total 100% freedom. Yeah, I got that going for me, as Bill Murray would say. Hey, Dean, how are you doing? You only have a little bit of time left before you're retired. That's great. What was it, 40 or 50 days? Trying to get my family to greatly decrease our screen time. It's a big problem. Yeah, I can imagine nowadays, it's tough. YouTube, I saw, was going to pay a lot less for content that is AI or redistributed. Now, I don't know if they do or not. I just know this year I'm down a lot. I know Dwayne said he's down, and Pepper Princess, I saw her month and a half, 2 months ago. She said she was down 50%. It's different now. And I talked to a guy who kind of knows the industry a little bit, and he said it's going to get worse and worse. So, eventually channels like this may go away, or I mean, I'll do it for peanuts. Just send me a bag of peanuts. But yeah, it's nice to be able to make a little money. Captain Billy, I said don't call the police on me just because I watched that football game on a unauthorized channel. Trivia cards. Okay. There are some channels stealing other channels' content and reposting it. Yeah, Noreen, that's what we were just talking about. They took mine. They called me Marvin, but they used all my data. Joe picked it out there. I checked in with Dwayne. He did a thing on the ACA. Oh, yeah, I didn't get to see that. We'll all be wondering how much ACA costs will be. From what I understand, back when Obama did it, they had a set way of doing it. And then the Biden administration put out the American something plan, and it increased some of the monies, and it put more middle-class people on it. And then from what I understand, I didn't see Dwayne's, but from what I understand, they just didn't redo that or re-sign that. They just let that expire, so it's back to the original way it was. So that's what I understand anyway. Don't know if I'm right or wrong. You guys can correct me. For making these entertaining videos, you deserve to make a little. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to do. And it's not work. It's like it's so fun to do. Like me, I got this gift of gab, and to get paid for it's kind of cool. Otherwise, I have to be a used car salesman, I guess, which is not out of the question. You're a much better looking guy than the AI guy they put on there. Yeah, that guy, I don't know who he was. He didn't look like a Marvin either. Yeah, that's what the Marvin joke is. What was it, Joe? It was top 40 or top, I forget the channel name. Top 40. If you remember what it was. I have it somewhere listed, but well, yeah, they took one of my videos and basically threw it out there, said Marvin gets $37.83 in Social Security money. He has a property tax of $57.70 or whatever, and they just used all my numbers, and it was an AI voice, and just did my whole video in an AI voice, which again I said I'm not mad about. I mean, there's no copyright on my stuff that I know of, so it's free to use. I used dog salesman. Ooh, I could do that. Marvin's a dirty bird. Top dollar, yeah, top dollar. That's what it was. Top dollar something. No, it was top. I forget what now. Joe, you have to tell me again. Dwayne was talking about controlling income to keep it low. Right. That's the thing with that. Hey, Kyle, how are you? I saw a couple of your videos. You just did something about the $1 million thing. You and the wife still go to the movies? No, but John, we were thinking about going to Superman at the drive-in. Hey, check this out. I just saw this. We have a drive-in. We have two movie theaters opened up back in, oh geez, back when time began. I think there's not many drive-ins left, but yes, I want to go there to see Superman maybe. And we were talking about it, but check this out. Someone said that if you take food in there, they can kick you out. Now I haven't been to the drive-in in a long time, probably since the '90s with the kids. Um, I didn't know you couldn't take food in or to kick you out, but it says right on their website, if you're caught eating food that you didn't buy, we're going to kick you out. It's like, are you serious? You're going to look in my car and see that I'm eating something? Oh, this world is going crazy. We got a female monkey here in the Philippines that wants Captain Billy's number. I tell you what, damn cars, make sure those two hook up. YouTube recently said you can only use original content, so maybe imposters will get shut down. That could be. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to police it all. How are your kitties doing, Tim? They're doing fine. Gray cats. Gray cat's a mouser. Only likes to come out at night. Orange cat, playboy all through the day, running around looking for other cats. Beige cat, old, 17 years old, still gets around. At Memphis Drive-In, we packed a cooler. You can't do that now, Katie. At least at Autorama, they say, I couldn't believe it. They said something like that on a post on Facebook, and they said, oh, yeah, that's true. I said, no. So I went to the website, and it says right there, clear as day. I mean, what else are they, if they're looking in your car with what, binoculars? What else are they going to see? I was going to go to see Superman and saw the price of the tickets. No thanks. I think I want to say they were $12 a piece at the drive-in. That's what I want to say, 12 or 13. Yeah, I don't know what AI is going to do. What's for dinner? Rotisserie chicken. I saw a few drive-in movies. 1968 Planet of the Apes. That's still a good movie. ADA raised deductibles for middle-class working people on health insurance. Requires people to have income, to have low premiums, incentive to not work for some people. Not perfect. Yeah, there's nothing that's ever perfect. But thanks, Ross, for saying that. Sneak into the drive-in in the trunk. Well, those are the days, huh? Back when, remember the 1970s cars, you had those super big trunks too. Now you got these little, couldn't fit me in there. Will YouTube's AI turn in the creators' AI, or will they turn a blind eye? I don't know. Yeah, I know their profits come. Ramona, you're right. You're right. But I just never, they're going to throw me out because I'm eating. I brought a bag of popcorn from my microwave for practically free, and you want me to buy your $8 bucket? I mean, come on. I mean, I understand at a movie theater, but at a drive-in, It's just like, okay, so I asked a question on the Facebook page. Mrs. Buzz is gluten-free. How many gluten-free things do they have there at the concession stand? You know what? Big fat zero. Big fat zero. So she brings in something that's gluten-free. They're going to throw us out? They don't sell it. I mean, and then you get all these people with different, people eat different things. They can't eat the big old greasy hamburger. They can't have the buttered popcorn. They can't, so they bring their protein bar. I mean, come on. I just don't understand. I'm old school, I guess. I'm old school. Oh, they saw Superman? Yeah. And a lot of it's there's supposed to be some Cleveland connection there too, so I might go see it. They charge an additional fee to bring your own food. And that could be, Sharon. That could be. They said something about get a meal ticket or a voucher, but on the website I could not see where they were selling that, so I didn't understand it. What would happen if they put your cooler in your trunk? Would they search that? I don't know. Maybe they just use that as a blank statement and they just pick and choose, but that's not fair either. I don't know. Maybe I'll find out one day. Hey, new subscriber, Todd, how are you? Yeah, no steamy windows. That's right. Yeah, that was a good movie, New Day. Anytime that comes on, I watch it. Otter would be doomed. He's vegan. That's right. That's right. He would. That's right. So how would he get? You know what? He's just not going to eat. And I'm one of those people that don't think you need to eat every 2 hours. I know some people do for sugar. They have to eat every couple hours, but I'm one of those that, especially on a plane trip, you know, we're going from Cleveland to Chicago. The first thing that happens, it's an hour flight. You have to have peanuts, you have to have popcorn, you have to have coffee and water and this and that in a 60-minute flight. Really? Whatever. You know, I'm just not into that. I reduce the price of the ticket, and on an hour flight, don't give me squat, and just reduce the price of my ticket, and I'll be happy. Autorama website says they have gluten free. Ah, I didn't see that. I will double check that because I can just take back everything I said then, right? Perry, I'm glad you brought that up. I will double check and see what they have. I mean, I can't imagine it's a wide variety, but hey, if they got something, that's cool. Yeah, Rick, the country has lost its mind and sense of humor. Yep. We have a dine-in movie theater here. Don't know that it was a thing. Oh, yeah. Marvin Videos Top Today USA. Yeah. So Top Today USA, and they changed my 200,000 to 190,000. So it's Top Today USA, retiring with under 190,000. If you want to see the video and give that video a thumbs down. Remember seeing The Graduate at the drive-in. You were under 18. Boy, I haven't seen that one in a long time. They haven't thrown anybody out? Okay, nothing better than seeing a movie in a movie theater. Yeah, we just got a new one built a couple of years ago, Phoenix, I think it's called now. And we have not gone over there. We haven't really been interested in any of the movies that have been coming out. I mean, but the Superman one might be pretty cool to see on a big screen. Dave, I don't know about you. Yeah, okay, Alton, I can imagine. What was case closed? What does the drive-in offer? That's right. They might have everybody's got rotisserie chicken. Captain Billy is Buzz's kryptonite, that's for sure. Secret Life of Pets in the theater a few years ago. Majestic and Waukesha, and had pizza to eat and big lounge chairs. Yeah, I haven't been in this theater. Kid was Finding Nemo. Willis was asleep before the. You spend the money on him. I consider my Regal Unlimited a good deal. Have you been to any of the Phoenix ones? Because that's what they made over here, I think it's called. Do you have dine-in movie theaters in Cleveland? No, I don't think so. You guys can correct me, but I don't think so. At least not that I know of, anyway. Let's see, what else did I have? Comments, Marvin. Oh yeah, Steve, if you're out there, Steve and Connie. Didn't get to see her live, but I guess you're getting your deck and your siding done, which is good. But I think you should have been outside. You don't have a Wi-Fi outside then, huh? Because that would have been neat to. I just wonder what you couldn't do it on your deck there outside, huh? In the middle of the yard. You afraid of the mosquitoes? Maybe we can visit one day. I love your content. Retire early with me. I love your enthusiasm. Oh, retire early with me. Yes. I just watched his last video about his costs, what he's spending money on. I think that was just a few days ago. The new Jurassic Park movie may be good. Yeah, I heard it was like a 6.5 or something like that, but you never know. Some people's good is other people's bad. So the live feed was a bit blurry starting out, really clear now. That's good. Everybody probably got off of their whatever they were doing. Valley View Theater tomorrow, 10:20 showing. But okay, yeah, I might have to see you over there. Valley View, that's a far one. Why don't you go to the drive? Hey, Captain Billy, we could go to the drive-in together. I'll let you sit in the back seat. Mission Impossible was good. Well, that's good. I do my lives on my laptop. and external mic. So you couldn't, Steve, you couldn't do it outside then? I just wondered because I said, hey, I'm finally going to see Steve's Thursday. I forgot the last month. I said, I'm going to see his Thursday once a month. And guess what? He didn't have it. Just said no, taking the captain. That didn't sound like you're going to show, but I'm legit going to be there. No, not the Valley View one, no. Steve didn't have a live because it was noisy and a mess. Yeah, but I'm saying the FTM, he could have done it on the deck, back by the grill. That's what I was hoping he would do, but I think he's afraid of them Virginia skeeters is what I think. Cuckoo's nest. Hey, we're gonna do I got the number written down of my choosing this time, so we're gonna do 0 to 100 for you new people here. We give away a $25 Amazon gift card. I send to your email. From 0 to 100, you guess the number, you win the card. And I have the number written down, and Gracie won last week. And this is the fun part. I do have it on slow mode, so be careful because you can't, like, it's every 20 seconds, so just be aware of that. So if you put in a number, you got to wait 20 seconds before you can put in another. That confuses some people sometimes. Noreen, look at that. You guys checked me out, but I think Noreen, she gets a $25 gift card, and then she gets to go to work on Monday. I don't know which is better. Slow mode isn't working? Okay. Well, Noreen, you already got it a while ago, so you guys check me out just to make sure. Check me out to make sure, but it looks like Noreen, and she deserves it too. Not that you others don't, but she's a great moderator as is 280 Zone and KDZ. They help me out a lot, so I appreciate when one of them wins. I know 280 Zone. He just says kick them back. So thank you 280 Zone. 280 Zone's a good guy. But Noreen, I'm glad you got that. So yeah, that's right. You won and you have a new job. Now you should play the lottery. You should get a pick 3 number. Put a 0 after that. That's my lottery number, actually, 680. So put a 0 after that and play in your Florida lottery, right? Matter of fact, I'll look at the Florida lottery for the next few days, see if it comes up. Yeah, so you got my email address, and just if you're new, always email me, even if I have your email address from the past, because sometimes I'll archive them or I'll delete them, and I don't save a lot of your emails on the Amazon thing. So I always want your current email address so I can just get that sent out. And usually it takes me sometimes 2, 3, 4 days, but I get them out just when I have a chance and I'm sitting back doing nothing, which is most of the time. But I did force you to take that last one, didn't I? Forgot about that. I forgot about that. Where do you live? I find the ticks you can afford. Bucket is 5-gallon Menards pail. Lost at bingo today. Lost. Old radio dude. I'm sorry. $30-gallon tray. I thought of a way to get even, so get ready. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Hey, you know what I'm doing? I signed up. Some of you guys may know if you're in this area. Polaris Joint Vocational School has nighttime classes, and I signed up for the HVAC class, which is not going to be till October because I'm going to have to replace my HVAC. And at least I'll be able to talk to the instructor, find out what's the best model, find out, how to do it. And I wonder if I could tackle it myself. Maybe not, but learning, a full day of HVAC work, I think that's going to be a pretty good program. So I got signed up for that. Captain Billy, in case you want to sign up, I think they still got some openings. Steve, I don't have tea. I only got this water, but I told Mrs. Buzz the other day, we got to get some of that tea that Steve has. I haven't had a good iced tea, and I can't remember how long. Now, Steve, you put sugar in yours? Does the baby put sugar in it or what? Yeah, I think it's going to be good, Angela, to learn how to do that kind of stuff. I took an electrical class years ago, and I just never did the HVAC. Now I replaced one thing on my, and then I had to call a guy out to replace the brain. If you guys remember, I did that video. But I'm just afraid if the heat exchange goes or something like that. And I want to learn about all that kind of stuff. Hey, Steve, you won $30 on a $3 scratch off. Great. Partner with an A student. Yeah, I tell you what, I think it's the more you learn, even at an older age, if you do DIY, the more you can learn and keep up with the latest technologies. I think it's a good thing. Now, YouTube does a great job too, but I like the hands-on where I can talk to the instructor because I'll have a whole list of questions and hopefully they'll check off my whole list of, what's the best thing to get? What's the best name brand? What's the best efficiency? How do you determine the ducting the return airflow? How much do you need? Just all the math and all the different things. I think that would be pretty interesting to find out. Sweet tea. Oh, sweet tea. Okay. All right. Yeah. Long Island iced tea. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want the sweet tea because like I said, I got off of sugar I'll drink the tea, but it's not the same without sugar. Don. I can't tell you that. No. I'm actually still working on it. So I'm doing this and that. Actually, you guys saw my post about, how do you say it? Bidet. I told you my daughter has one that she bought for, I don't know, for some party or something that they never went to. So she said it's brand new. They waited too long. They can't return it. I don't know. She said, you want it. So then I was thinking, started getting into it. And I was like, well, you don't need anything special to hook that one up. But if you have the heated version or the whatever, you have to have an outlet back there. So I think, man, my walls are still open. Maybe I should put an outlet back behind the toilet. So that's where I'm at right now. But I actually did work on it today. And tomorrow I'm going to be cutting some plywood. And it's once it gets going, it's going to be boom, boom, boom. And hopefully within a week or two, it'll be done. It's just a matter of getting everything organized and making everything right. And I'm putting it off. I'm telling you, I'm putting it off. I got other things I want to do first. But I'm hitting it a little bit at a time. So I'm a retired forester. Fire's currently around here. Oh boy. Fix some vents in the attic, but not a fan of being up there. Oh no. Oh, a snake skin? That's not good. You could always try stevia. I know, yeah, they have stevia. I don't like the flavor of stevia. It's got an aftertaste that I just don't like. I'll just drink it, just like my coffee. It took me a long time to get used to coffee with no sugar. I used to put 2 to 3 teaspoons in an 8-ounce, and that was just so bad. I know now it was so bad for me. Yeah, WT 283. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the class is kind of expensive. I'm going to book it. It's in October, so I'm going to book the cost in October. It's $185 for 6-7 hours, basically, call it. So it's not cheap, but I hope to get $185 worth out of it. I have a friend who swears by his. My wife said, no way. Yeah, well, they say for women, and, I don't want to get into all this stuff, but they say for women, because things are in close proximity, that it's not good because you get the picture. Anyway, so Mrs. Buzz says she wouldn't use it. So that would be basically just for me. So I'm not sure I'll do it. But having the outlet there, I'm thinking, why not, right? And it's wouldn't take but a half hour to put an outlet in there. I already got the lines all set up, and I paid for that a while ago. So I just got to tap into one of those lines, slide it over, put a GFCI there, and I'm good to go. You don't like that stubby either, huh? Class on how to finish your bathroom. Okay, okay, okay. Green leaf tea. Yes, we have. That's what I used to take to work. Mrs. Buzz would brew me a cup of green tea, and that's what I drank going to work every day. Um, and then when I got to work, I would drink my 2 or 3 cups of coffee. But I started out my day with green tea every day. GFCI or really good aim. That's a good one too. That's pretty good. Bernie 2012 free on Tubi or Roku. I never heard of that one. I skipped over your comment. I sorry. I can't see them all the time. Do they sell Milo's tea? I don't know. Code requirement about an outlet too close to the commode. Oh, okay. I will look into that. What did Buzz, can you take a class on how to okay, okay, yeah, okay, okay. I actually scrolled back up for that. Oh, I can't believe it. You might be able to get a senior discount on that class. We do here. Uh, uh, that's a good point, Steve. And I don't remember if there was something that said I could get a discount. That's worth looking at. That's a good point. Even Mrs. Buzz told me today we got to start looking at everything. I got a Golden Buckeye card. I got AARP. I got all this old people stuff, and I never. Anytime I go to a restaurant or I never say anything like I'm over. Do I get a discount or anything else? And she says you got to start doing it. You earned it. And I said, yeah, you're right. I just never do it. An anesthetic doc I work with says stevia is linked to increased cardiac. Yeah, boy. Scott, I don't know. Went to Guadalcanal and showed a picture of a hotel shower with an electric outlet in the shower above the shower head. No way. Wow. Well, different codes out in those countries, huh? I buy you all sweet tea and I just add lemon to it. I don't like lemon in my tea at all. Mrs. Buzz, she has a lemon and water every day. I just don't like that. I mean, that's like lemonade, but I don't like that either. Some community college let seniors audit classes. Basically, you don't get a grade or certificate, just a training. Yeah, I haven't seen anything at our local community college. I haven't seen that. I should look at their itinerary, what they have. But this Polaris, I've taken classes there before. Like I said, I did electrical one. I did one for work too. I even forgot. It was so boring. I forgot what it was. Something to do with quality. I make parts. I make parts. Quality second. No, I'm just kidding. I see my old quality manager on here right now giving me grief about that. They used to, actually, there's a story. I used to have a stamp. So the end item quality inspector could stamp off a product and write it down and say it's good to go. And I had a stamp. And in my position, I should not have had a stamp because I'm pretty much production related. And one day we got into it was good because we've known each other for years and years. And we got into a really heavy shouting match. And I took that stamp, and it's just a little plastic thing like this. And she says, I want my stamp back. And I took it and tossed it right at her, hit her square in the chest. She couldn't go to HR because I was HR. But we laugh about it. She always brings it up. She goes, yeah, you threw that stamp at me. I said, hey, did it leave a mark? If it didn't leave a mark, then you have no proof. So, but years and years later, we still laugh about that. Okay, John, we'll see you. Yeah, we're going to get out of here pretty soon. I know I started early, so I think I started 15 or 20 minutes early. So we'll probably get out of here in about 5 minutes or so. All the showers in the Philippines have the outlets near the shower head for the hot water heater. That is just so weird, Joe. Lori, your flavored coffee creamer, huh? I've never used that, so I never got into it. That's good, I guess. You were a logger, went to community college, earned a forest degree in the mid 80s. Auditing classes was okay there. Yeah, being out, we have the Cleveland Metro Parks. I don't know, New Day, if you've heard of them, Cleveland Metro Park system, but um, they have seasonal jobs there too. And I actually thought about looking into that, but I don't want to work a full time job, even if it's seasonal. But that would be cool to work outside and work into the park system would be really neat. I love the French vanilla. Blood sugar test was all made it easy to cut that out. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you gotta lower your soda. Yep. You gotta eat that. What do they got? That it's got stevia in it. That stuff's not that bad, but it's got that aftertaste. What do they call that? Uh, there's a certain brand of cola that they have out in the stores. It's if you can't have sugar, that's a decent alternative. I have a soda stream. Ah, I was thinking. I told Mrs. Buzz to buy me one of those, and she said no. But I got the rain headed my way. Okay, are you first generation going to college? Lots of discounts, grants, waivers. Why not start a degree? No. All right, Don. Thanks. Scientific studies show hibiscus tea is a healthy drink. You can read the studies. Hibiscus, that's cool. Stevia. Buzz, you have a real good group here. We do. Glad you found your channel. Yeah, we do. Try honey. Yeah, Mrs. Buzz got like two different kinds of honey up there too. She uses it for cooking and different things, and that might be an idea. I usually in the wintertime, I'll put that in my tea. And for like when your throat gets sore, I'll have a cup of tea with a little bit of honey in it. She got me doing that, and I think that works pretty good. Just a splash of milk in the coffee. I do that too. We buy that. Buy that expensive milk though because it's filtered at Fairlife. It's not cheap. It's like $4.59 a gallon, but it's what do they call that? It takes out all the lactate. It takes all the lactate out because I don't know if we're lactate intolerant now too, but not taking any chances. I still eat my ice cream, but I don't eat a lot of it and not that often. It doesn't bother me, but we're not taking chances. I think it bothers Mrs. Buzz more than me. No, I don't avoid products. If you're asking me, Kristen, no, I don't avoid products that have sugar. I just used to use table sugar, and now we don't have table sugar in the house. I used to use 2 to 3 spoons in every cup, and I would have 3 to 4 cups. So you add it up. I mean, that's a lot of sugar. I didn't gain weight on it, but I think, me personally, I believe that was part of my problem having cancer. I think the sugar did it, and I didn't drink enough water. I didn't flush my system. My buddy would say, we'd go somewhere, and I don't want nothing to drink. He thought I was cheap, and he would call me the snake because I never drank anything like a snake. And I just never drank anything except my coffee and hardly ever drank water. So that all changed after the cancer. I start drinking water like crazy now, and I stay away from table sugar. But I'll still eat stuff with sugar in it. So, but I was a lot of table sugar. Captain Billy, I can't make it tomorrow. I might walk dogs tomorrow. They were looking for some help between 1 and 4. I'll see if they still scream for help. I might go do that tomorrow. Worked a factory job. Later was a fire lookout. Not hot, but personal rewarding. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Somebody sent me, and it must have been a year ago. I think somebody sent me an ebook. I don't know if you're still on here. I don't even remember the name right now, the handle, I should say. They sent me an ebook about sugar, and I started reading. I haven't even read it yet, to be honest. Because I think I know. Scientifically, they could say one thing or another, and tomorrow they'll change it again. So I just know sugar's bad, and I'll just leave it at that. But I think that high fructose corn syrup is even worse. So I stay away from that. And that's where when I do my barbecue, like Sweet Baby Ray's, they finally came out with a version that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup as its first ingredient. So I bought 2 or 3 bottles of that. Haven't tried it yet, but we got chicken we're going to put on the grill tomorrow. Did you hear that, Captain Billy? We're going to have thighs tomorrow. And I'm going to try that Sweet Baby's Ray without the high fructose corn syrup. Truvia? No, I haven't tried any of that stuff. All right, let's see what else we got. I got the coffee. I did my 8, so I got my notes done. Let me see. I think I covered everything. Ba, ba, ba. Hey, Mark's on. We talked about this app here. If you're just tuning in, anybody that did donate, I did respond to you. So, no, I didn't pick any tomatoes yet. I'm going to do a video in my garden, tomato garden tomorrow. Yeah, just Mike's take. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just make sure that everybody knows that I do appreciate that. We're up to $275, like I said, so that's nice. And Noreen, I will send you your gift card too. I think we're pretty well wrapped up for today. I'm glad you guys came out here and watched old Buzz in the garage today. And it's so nice to have you here on Saturdays. And we probably will do another Wednesday. This past Wednesday, I was at the dentist. I actually thought about, I didn't bring my phone in, but I actually thought about doing a live while I was sitting in the chair. And I said, no, they would probably frown on that. But the hygienist, she would have probably got into it. She was a little bit, yeah, she's 20 years old. She would have got into it. But I decided, well, I had the phone in the car, so I couldn't do anything. So, but yeah, so we might do a Wednesday at 2 o'clock p.m., maybe. And then again, Saturday night, we should see you. And again, appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully Steve's going to reschedule his live for maybe this coming Thursday or what? What are you going to do, Steve? When's your next live, Steve? Before you go, let me know. Let us all know. When's your next live? Steve, don't go yet. When's your next live? See you, Katie, and New Day, Fire Scares. Oh, yeah. Cassandra Hamilton Smith, thank you. Obama. Oh, yeah, this Thursday at 7. Are you sure, Steve? Are you positive? So you guys can check out Steve's Retirement Corner this Thursday at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars now. Get to see what Steve's doing. Maybe he'll show us what's going on with that house, too. We'll see. Steve's Retirement Corner. The original Steve's Retirement Corner. Him and Dwayne were the first two that I started watching a year ago. They are, I call Steve the master because he is the master of YouTube. And I call Dwayne the godfather because he's the first one that showed me you could make money on YouTube. I had no idea. He was the first one that I saw who was doing early retirement and was showing me his YouTube income. And so between those two guys, they were my first. All right, Brian, we'll see you. Happy on Monday. Yes. As a matter of fact, I just did a video and I said to watch her, Julie, at Happy on Monday. She's good. She's a lot better than I am. I'm telling you right now, because she does all the PowerPoints and all that stuff. Her stuff is a lot more lively and a lot more visually entertaining than mine. There's the link to Steve's. Captain Billy, what am I missing? I can't read everything. Billy. Vicky, where in the heck? You just want to be alone with me and Captain Billy, don't you, Vicky? I think that's what it is. You come on here late for a reason, is what I think. Captain Billy, yeah, don't cry. Don't cry. You look forward more to your weekly show than I did Captain Kangaroo when I was a kid. And I really don't know how to take that. I like your live stream because it feels like we're just sitting around your garage. That's what we're doing, Joe. We're just sitting around. I can't wait. Like I said before, I cannot wait. Thank you, Sherry. I cannot wait until we can do holograms. I can have Joe's hologram sitting right here. Captain Billy's over here. I mean, could you imagine a whole garage filled with holograms of the person? Man, would that be cool? I can't wait for that day. You worked at a fish hatchery. Well, that's cool. You were making Christmas cards. Well, it looks like me and Captain Billy and Miss Vicky are going to have to hang for a minute. So, yeah, Julie's got a great. There's a lot of good channels out there, and there's some people that are just starting up too. They're I can't remember. Retired and Loving It. We've talked about them. Steve's. So I watch. I just tell you some of the ones that I watch. You know, I try to catch Bill. He was on earlier commenting. His channel's good. Not good at anything. He's the one that always signs off. Hit the like and subscribe because it helps my self-esteem. I love that sign off. I really love it. Vicky West is just that's right, Slim. She's just early for the next one. Yeah, Bill's cool. He's a cool guy. So very happy you can finally breathe. Yeah, Noreen's ready to go. And guess what, Vicky? Guess what, Vicky? She won today's gift card too. So she not only gets a gift card, but she gets to start a job on Monday. Isn't that cool? More information from the people actually living a retired life than young. Yeah, giving their opinion on what is needed. Yeah, that and like people like Steve and Dwayne. I mean, they're just down to earth, and Julie too, and others. They're just down to earth. They're salt of the earth, and they're not BSing you. That's the thing. You can tell who's just reading from the script and just giving you the line of BS. You can kind of tell. Um, and then there's the down to earth, salt of the earth people who you just like to sit in their backyard with them and talk to them and have a glass of iced tea or some vodka. Dwayne and I don't know what Julie drinks. I never saw her talking about a drink, but I don't know if she's just a water person. Maybe I did see something, but I don't remember. But yeah, they're just all good people. That's bottom line. Fino. Oh, she's a coffee person? Okay, Joe. Yeah, so am I. I just don't remember. Yeah, I just don't remember. Diet, oh, you're a Diet Pepsi. Okay. I even said one day, told Mrs. Buzz a long time ago, I got it because I can't remember and I was going to write a little bio on everybody just okay, so Noreen, she said something. Oh, let's look at Noreen. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then I could bring up little tidbits. I just never did that yet, and I should do that probably one of these days. But then I said there's so many people, different people come on, and you just never, it's hard to. I'd have a list. I'd have a list a mile long. I'll tell you. I don't believe you're kidding, Angela. I think you like that, don't you? Coffee with nut pods creamer. Never heard of it. You didn't drink coffee at all until you were 67. That's weird. Yeah. When I was executive director, really, I kept a list like that. Yeah. I had one sales guy. He always wanted to know our birthdays. Every time he saw somebody, what's your birthday? When's your birthday? When's your birthday? It just got to be you hated to see him because he's going to ask you, like he didn't write it down. Hey, when's your birthday? It's like, I really don't want to tell you again, So that was back one of my crabby days when I was working. Sheila, who works at Walmart. No, I haven't seen her. Everybody could send in bios. That P.O. box would be real good. Yeah. That lady at the post office she said to me the last time, I think the Captain Billy letters are getting to be the talk of the post office in Olmsted Falls. She said, what does it mean, Buzz's retirement garage? Because they see the Menards parking. Let me see. Hold on. Captain Billy Menards Dumpster Drive. That's what it was. I don't know if you can see that. Menards Dumpster Drive. And I think the post office lady, she's actually one of them that puts the stuff in the P.O. boxes. And she says, what the hell is Buzz's retirement garage? And I said, you must be talking about the Captain Billy letter. And of course, she can't talk about letters, but she goes, I just wondered what it was. And I said, that's a retirement YouTube channel. She goes, oh, okay. I just thought it was funny. She probably thinks I'm nuts. And I have nut supporters. Yeah, I know, Vicky, but he was a strange dude. But that's all right. I mean, they got to work with everybody, so. I'm a third week of retirement. I'm consulting. Oh, that's right, Scott. You were doing the consulting. How's that working out? Okay. Yeah, a Captain Billy is using a crayon. I swear. I mean, I just don't. That's why I wonder. Well, maybe that's not a crayon. That could be pencil. It's either fine point. What do you think? Fine point crayon? I don't know. It could be a combination of a brand new box of 128, or did he only have a 64? He might only be good for a 64. What's the next one? 32? I think it goes 32, 16, 32, 64, 128. I think that's how Crayola sends them or sells them, right? With the random lettering, it looks like you have a stalker. I think I do have a stalker. Yeah, 10 more. I'm wondering, I should look at the 10 most wanted list in the post office there and see. Crayon is better than a Sharpie. At least he isn't taking the alphabet from the newspaper clippings. Yeah, exactly. Don't give him any ideas. Grease pencils and color pencils. You're a fine artiste, huh? Wow. That's pretty good. You can never afford the one with the crayon. Oh, me neither, Dr. Cornelius. I'll tell you what. I would see different people have those. And that's weird, isn't it? Like I would have I think I had the 32. I'm pretty sure we upgraded from 16 to 32 when I was a kid. And then these people, the rich kids, would come in with the 128 with the pencil or the crayon sharpener and everything. And I was like, oh, rich kids, It was weird. That was weird. Yeah, you just brought back a memory. That's kind of cool. I am most likely retiring once they let me go due to bankruptcy. Oh, really? Greg, you're going to, oh, that sucks. Wait till number 4 comes in. It's going to be, oh boy. I can't wait. Hopefully the post office doesn't arrest me. Yeah, I gonna smoke an e-cigarette, huh? Tired 15 months didn't set alarm clock to catch up on. Yep, took 6 months. Yeah, it does. It takes a while to get 128. I never had the 128. Hey, John, I got this at Sam's Club Friday. It's the 1975 U.S. tour. It has the cities on the back. It actually has Cleveland on there too. Although I didn't go to the show. I never got to see the Stones so far. And I heard they just did a concert around here. It wasn't that long ago. And they got pictures of Keith Richards. I guess he has this habit of like sneaking around to different restaurants and bars and just showing up and, just bellying up to the bar and doesn't say nothing. He's got maybe one or two people with him, just doesn't say anything, and everybody just like, oh, hey, look at that, it's Keith Richards. And some places he goes, it's just cool. They just say hi to him and they leave him alone, which is really neat. Oh boy, your first concert was Deep Purple. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I bought the $25 earbuds. I never had earbuds. I'm probably the last person on earth that has wireless earbuds. I've never had them, and I just bought them 2-3 weeks ago, $25. And so I'll crank up the music on the laptop, and I'm watching all these old. Well, I started with Black Sabbath when Ozzy was doing his rocking chair goodbye, and then I just I go down that rabbit hole, and you just go deep down into that rabbit hole, and I just started watching all kinds of concerts and got it turned up. Donny Osmond, Go Away Little Girl. Hey, Jerry, are you leaving or coming? Rolling Stones back in 1991, me and 50,000. That's cool. My first concert was John Denver. Thank God I'm a country boy. And we were just, me and Mrs. Buzz were just talking about that too, how all these people have died in these small plane crashes. I think John was doing a experimental plane. I just don't really get it. And then we just watched on HBO, or we got a Showtime. They gave us a free preview, and they had the Aviator, which I never saw the Aviator before, where he actually crashed into Howard Hughes actually crashed into the Beverly Hills, almost killed himself. I don't know why these people try with these planes, but whatever. You don't have wired or non-wired? Sticks. Yeah, that's the other thing. I was just watching. What is his name? Gosh. We talked about this before with the Cleveland Contemporary Orchestra. But I just love that. Blue Collar Man. What's his name? Tommy Shaw. Blue Collar Man with the Cleveland Orchestra, Cleveland Youth Orchestra. If you ever get a chance, turn that one up. That's a good one. Oh, you just been listening? Okay. Are you putting more miles on your car now that it's summer? No, Samuel, I'm not. We haven't really gone anywhere, here and there, but everything local. Haven't really done much. Still buy. I just put gas in Friday, 24.24. It was $2.69 a gallon at Sam's in Brooklyn, Ohio, and I put $24.24 in the tank, and that'll last me a month. So, he just bought the plane and wasn't familiar with the emergency fuel switch. First concert, Three Dog Night. They are underrated. Hey, Jerry, that's a pretty good one. I like that. If you listen to Styx, you got too much time on your hands. That's right. He also did a Daryl's house. Daryl's house. It's Daryl. Well, I just can't remember all these names. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Well, Daryl Hall has what's called Daryl's house. If you've ever seen that, he's got different musicians come in. He did one with the Styx, Tommy Shaw, Todd Rundgren. He's done them with different Joe Walsh, who are some ZZ Top. He's done it with a bunch of different people, and they just jam out. It's pretty cool to watch that. George Jones, Tammy Wynette, Dolly Parton, and Porter Wagner. Wow, that is cool. $269. Yep, it's true. $269. It was $279 Friday. This Friday was $279, but I got the gas last Friday and it was $269. And $269, I just remember before COVID, I remember the gas station where I was working right before COVID, and of course it went down, obviously, because of the COVID and nobody was driving. But right before COVID, it was 269. So that number just stuck in my head that, geez, we haven't seen 269 in almost 5 years. Just crazy. Yeah, basically 5 years. Amarillo by Morning. Never heard of that one. Santana and Fillmore West. Wow, Santana. Are they still playing Santana? I thought they. I see had different bandmates, I think, but 272 Stan Ridgway. Boy, that's some names I've heard. Bob Seger. Yeah, he just came. He came to Cleveland. And I had tickets, but they were in the nosebleed. And I actually asked my brother if he wanted them. I didn't buy them. Somebody had given them to me. And I should have went. Me and Mrs. Bush went to that concert. 269 at Sam's today. Good. $4.39 in Orange County. George Strait. I never got into country music that much. I mean, my first girlfriend, her family used to listen to, I think it was WHK, which was more of a country. I think it was a country station, more geared towards country back then. So I heard a lot of different groups back then. And then we listened to Motown on CKLW. Like I was saying, my friend Jim in the neighborhood, he would always listen to the ball game. So we always had Motown on. So I got a little bit of the country, got a little bit of the Motown, and then of course the rock and roll. But I think I had AM in my 1970 something Malibu. I think I had just AM radio, and then finally added a FM converter. I think they were like $20. I added one probably in 1978, my senior year. I added it to the car. It just had AM, so that's all we listened to. Lawrence Welk, 439 in Orange County. That's just the way it goes over there. Country and Western. Okay. Seeger coming to concert in the 80s. Every station around here played his stuff all day long. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem with commercial radio. They just play the crap out of stuff. That's one thing that Cleveland was pretty good about. They say they broke a lot of, new acts in but they didn't play it like, some of the other stations would take a song and just play it over and over and over. WMMS in Cleveland, which was a great station, they didn't do that kind of thing. They brought in a lot of different good new acts that went on to fame and fortune, but they didn't play that over and over and over again. I mean, yeah, you'd hear it same time, in the same day. You'd hear it like driving to work or driving home from work. You'd hear it again, but it wasn't like the every hour thing that some stations did. I still have an 8-track in my basement. I got Elvis Aloha from Hawaii on that 8-track. I wish I had Kroger's. I don't have a Kroger's. Reverb speaker options and reverb. Yeah. Yep. I never had one. WKRP. You had to play the songs over and over so we could record them on cassettes. Cheap Trick in concert. Yeah. I thought those turkeys could fly. Yep. Elvis was good. My mom loved Elvis. Oh my gosh. She watched all those movies. And of course, as a kid, she owned the TV, right? So you didn't have a say. And, I'm watching, she's all the movies from Jailhouse Rock to GI Blues to, I think it was Blue Hawaii. I can even recite some of the songs from that movie. It's pretty sad. All right, Lynn, we'll see you. You're not an Elvis fan? Hey, Rich. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. We're just going to give Vicky a couple minutes because she just joined. So I'm glad 141 of you are still here. That's amazing. I thought we said goodnight a while ago. A Steve Martin 8-track. Was it King Tut? Ging Tut. Chicago, Kiss, and Journey. I got to see Queen. I tell you what, that is probably the most underrated group. Yeah, whether you don't care for that lifestyle or whatever, and I don't, but and he paid the price for it. But I tell you what, the voice on you watch 1985 Live Aid, and you look at that audience during that Live Aid concert when he was doing some of his when Freddie Mercury was doing some of his songs in that concert after he knew, it was pretty much known he had AIDS and whatever. And you look at that crowd. I mean, it was just, man, that was amazing. That was an amazing, amazing, amazing show. And I mean, you had Led Zeppelin there, you had Elton John, you had you name it. But what Queen did there in that show was pretty good. Dan Fogelberg. Dan Fogelberg is my wife's favorite. The wild and crazy guy. Queen underrated. Where do you live? In a garage. Anne Margaret. Yeah, Vicky, I had to give you a little time. You love Queen. Yeah, I saw Queen in 79 at the Fabulous Forum in LA. Cool. Yeah, Freddie Mercury did have a good voice. And I got to see them. I saw Pink Floyd at one point. I can't remember the year. And I saw Bruce Springsteen in his prime, which was a great concert too. But I didn't go to a lot of concerts, but there was a few that we got to see. And I'm glad we did. I'm glad some of these we got to see. Queen played at 10 a.m. that day. They were not having hits in 85, 86. He sang a lot of his top ones. Elton John and Billy Joel. HBO right now, Joe, has, I don't know if you have HBO. We get it free with our cable, all the HBOs, but they just had a special on Billy Joel yesterday. It was a pretty good special. I was sort of watching videos and listening to the HBO, but I think it's a couple-part series. I'm not sure, but I watched the first part on him, and that was pretty good. Steve Perry. Yeah, I told you guys about the Steve Perry story with Journey. They were in Cleveland, and my wife's cousin, she was going through some things, and she was in the hospital. She had some serious issues going on, and she wanted Steve Perry to come to her, like a Make-A-Wish thing. But yeah, she wasn't that serious, but she was serious, and she wanted him to come to the hospital. And my wife heard about that through family or something. So I actually called Steve. I called the Journey. I didn't talk to Steve Perry, but I talked to Journey. I talked to their PR guy. And I said what the situation was, the hospital, and da-da-da-da-da. And they asked me, what's the number to the hospital, which I looked up, and I gave it to him, and the room number. And Steve Perry called her, which I thought was, he didn't go there, but geez, he called her. And I thought, that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool that he did that. He didn't have to do that. So, Scorpions. Boy, I haven't heard the Scorpions in a long time. Yeah, Queen was genius. Jim Brickman and Kenny G. I ain't going to laugh. Kenny G's all right. I mean, he played that magic flute. I did laugh, sorry. HBO BG movie. I didn't see that one yet, Captain Billy. BG's For Whom the Bell Tolls is amazing. It was definitely a time for the music. Saw Bette Midler concert. Two stopped going to concerts. Yeah, they did get loud. Pink Floyd at the stadium and with the big pink balloon. Wow, David, that's cool. My brother got to go with the pigs. There's pictures on Facebook in different places where these pigs are actually stored, but they would put these pigs going across the stadium when they were playing Animals, I think. And my brother got to go to that concert. It was at old Cleveland Municipal Stadium. He got to go to a couple good ones, I'll tell you. Now, you always look back and you go, man, you missed some really good moments, and you do. These opportunities only present themselves once in a while, and you got to take advantage. And if you don't, sometimes I look back and think, geez, I wish I would have. I wish I would have. John Cougar, Harry Chapin, yeah, Taxi, and um, he did a couple good ones, matter of fact. And that's another plane crash, right? Wasn't it Harry in a plane crash too? Grizzly Adams and his wife. Oh, that's Yanni. Yanni. I haven't heard that name in forever. Concerts are always low. The permanent ring in my, yeah, loud, yeah, definitely. I had an Atari game called Journey Escape. You had to navigate the band through the fans and then get out. Mark, I never heard of that. That is really cool. That is really cool. That's actually funny. Hey, anyway, guys, we're getting really late here, so Shania Twain, feel like a woman. Oh, really? That's not good. Captain Hook and the Medicine Beach Boys. Oh man, Bo Diddley. Captain Hook was Captain Hook. She was only 16. They got people out there now doing the lyrics. Yeah, she was only 16. Yeah, okay. Go to jail for that, So people are taking all these new or all these songs and they're breaking them down by their actual lyrics and going, hey, nowadays you can't say stuff like that. Well, you can. It gets worse than that, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah, we're gonna go Blue Oyster Cult, Harry Chapin. Yeah, Jim Croce, absolutely. I used to listen to a lot of Jim Croce. Yeah, Carlos, we'll see you. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I know we ran a little bit late, but again, we did it all for Vicky. Miss Vicky deserved it, so we did it for her. But we're not going to do this every week, Miss Vicky. So, but I'm glad some of you stuck around, and we will see you. Oh, Yanni disappeared? Huh? Probably not a bad thing. Did I say that out loud? Oh, Dr. Hook. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys and girls, we will see you again, and see you next Saturday. God willing, we will be here and meet again. Take care.